Hey, today we are going to take a look at what glitches are working after the latest patch 1.1.1. As you can tell, today is of course August 8th, 2023. The update was released about, 30 minutes ago or so. And what we're going to talk about here specifically first has to be the Wrathful Heart farming exploit. A lot of you have been taking advantage of this when I did first release this glitch. Yet it appears that this is no longer possible after the latest update. Now here's the problem. You can have the quest available and you can obviously rinse and repeat it, yet the only issue is that the equipment that you receive is not going to be an invoker, neither a Wrathful Heart. I find this kind of disappointing because this was the only true way to grab a crap ton without trying to farm for those invokers, specifically the Wrathful Invoker. So what you're going to see right here is the proof in the pudding, because I'm going to be able to claim the Wrathful Heart, but the only issue is the game already knows that I've claimed it prior, so it's not going to spit out any sort of loot, besides some low quality ones, right? Of course, these can have some good stats. I'm not saying that it's completely terrible. What we're going to talk about now is the glitches that you can do after the latest patch. So what we're going to do here is talk about the infinite XP exploit that you can do right now. What you're going to do is locate a quest called Wayward Soul. Do not get this mixed up with another quest that has to do with soul at the end. Now specifically, I believe this quest would be called the Wandering Soul. What you want instead is the Wayward Soul. If you can find this within a dungeon, a nightmare dungeon, that would be great, because you can obviously grab a crap ton of XP by rinse and repeating this method. What you need to do is just activate the quest or this event, and then you're going to go through, follow the ghost all the way through until sort of like in the middle. What I recommend is that you keep your distance away from the green swirling effect there. So once you do claim this first one here, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to then slow down here so that I do not allow the ghost to catch up to the next swirling green mist there. What we're going to do is just lay off by just going outside of the green zone, or excuse me, the orange zone there. I guess I'm colorblind for a second. What you're going to do is just stay away from the ghost, because if you continuously stay in the middle here, you're going to see on the right side the bar is going to push forward, and you do not want that. What you want to do, again, is exit outside of the orange circle here, the orange zone, and then you're going to then leave the ghost by itself. What's going to happen is that the enemies are going to obviously stop spawning in, because the event will be failed, because that's what we need to do. We need to fail the event completely. What you can tell right here is I'm outside of the zone now, and we're going to wait till the bar there is completely filled up. Specifically the darker portion. This is because, well, the event is trying to complete itself, and there we go. Now we failed the event. We're going to obviously go inside the orange zone there, like we've done in the past. This will spawn in enemies, and you can rinse and repeat this as much as you like. So besides using this for just XP primarily, is there any other benefits? You can use this in Hell Tides, and you can use this to complete some of those Whisper Tree events there. And to show further proof here, I'm going to continuously go back into the orange zone, then exit out of it. Try to do this quickly so that the ghost does not progress any further, because again, once it is close to that green swirling mist area there, or whatever you want to call it, that's going to complete the event entirely. Continuing along here, we're going to talk about the Hell Tides event. You want a character that has both World Tier 3 and World Tier 4 unlocked. If you're experiencing some sort of trouble with the event, you can then go over to World Tier 3, grab a bunch of Cinder, then exit out by leaving the game. Once you're at the character selection screen here, go towards the right side, select a World Tier, and make sure that it's over on World Tier 4. Then start the game. When you're back inside the game, locate a mystery chest, and you can tell that at the top right, you should still have your Cinder. You can interact with the chest, and there you go. Easy legendaries and possibly some uniques. That is if it does pop up. Next, we're going to talk about a great legendary unique farm that is possible. It might as well be considered a exploit of some sort, because what we're going to be doing here is pretty much benefiting off of the massive elite spawn that is within this side quest dungeon here. It's located on the right side. A lot of you already know about it. It's located over here at the Bear Dry Refuge. What you'll notice in this location is that there's going to be 3 to 4 quests available. You only want to complete 3 of them, and then there will be another one unlocked right afterwards, and it'll be towards the top left. This will be the leader. You will talk to him, and he will then unlock this dungeon right here. We're going to go inside and just pretty much clear out the dungeon. We do not need to complete this quest at all. Absolutely do not do that. What you're going to see on the screen here is a few legendaries that pop up. This is why I love this spot so much, and this was all in one session of farming. So I did not even get a chance to reset the dungeon like I typically would once I'm done. But you can go towards the end here and you can defeat this fella, but just do not bring back that red stone. Well, with that out of the way, we can now talk about another thing that you may find quite useful, and this is going to be an AFK method for only necromancers. So if you're not a necromancer, then you're not going to be able to benefit from this method currently. What we want to do is locate the right side here. There's going to be a few events that you can use this. One of the best locations would be right here on the right side where Dark Ravine is. I showed a location of it on the map there. This is filled with different events. As long as you do not use this method in any sort of event that requires you to take out a boss, I think you should be good. And I'm talking about the events where you have the health bar at the top. And so before we get into how to do this, I do want to show you another event here, which is Wayward Soul. This can also be found near the Dark Ravine. This is a great spot to use that method at. So what you need to do is go over towards your build here. This is my buddy, I Become Death. Shout out to him. I will leave a link to the Discord for his and his Twitch there. You can check him out. What you see right here is going to be some of the things that you may need. The fixes are an additional plus here, but the Malignant Hearts is what you primarily need. And I honestly would say that if you're going to do this, it is to be noted that some have said that you can be banned for AFK, and honestly, I think a lot of things are up in the air at this point because I've been glitching for quite some time and have yet to receive a ban. I do know that they are targeting players that are trying to do some sort of R&T, that means real market trading. So if you're trying to trade some gold for some real currency, you of course are going to be banned for that because they do not want you to make money off of their game in that sort of way. And anywho, what you see right here on the right side is our Skeletal Warriors. You do want to set it specifically like this. My buddy here, I Become Death, did mention that one of his rings is underpowered, but regardless of that, as long as it has some good affixes and you're able to stay alive, it will work. What you're going to notice here in the next clip is that my buddy is not going to move at all. So what he's going to do here is just kind of chill and let his minions do all the work. And you can use this on an event, you can use this in a dungeon. Literally, you do not even need to touch your controller because the minions are going to do everything. So you can stay in one spot essentially, like the events, and allow your minions to do all the work. This build right here will allow you to stay alive because your health is going to regenerate, you're going to be taking out enemies. And one of the things, again, to mention is that this, of course, is in a dungeon, not an event. So if you want to do this at an event, like I mentioned earlier, definitely do so. And there you have it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is an updated one to tell you what's working after the latest patch. And with that being said, thank you for checking out the video and all that. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.